Welcome to JK Games, a gaming podcast where we bring you the gaming news we care about.
And maybe some that we don't.
And whether you play on easy mode,
or you like a good challenge,
this is a show where we'll try to level up your gaming knowledge.
Episode 88, welcome.
We're here.
Whoa.
We're here and we're all ears.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, it's been a while. It's been a while.
Kayla, it has. We took a week off last week because last week was just pretty insane. And
yes.
I know you have been out of town.
Yes, I've been out and around and about town. A lot of stuff's happened. We had a couple of life events, but most importantly, we had Last of Us 2 anniversary, and of course, my wedding anniversary, which happened to it's the same day, right? Or the day after?
Yeah,
same day.
Like, it's either the day. What is it? The 20th or
the 30th?
30th. I'm getting my numbers mixed up.
I think it is the same day because we were talking about, you were joking about how when it wasn't COVID, you were joking about how you were gonna not come to my wedding because of Last of Us.
Your wedding or The Last of Us Part 2.
Yeah,
I mean that's a no-brainer.
But then COVID, so
I didn't have to be a jerk.
You didn't have to choose.
I didn't have to choose.
All right, well, before we get into our loadout, and we're so excited to be back with you guys and to be discussing games and gaming news. We're so pumped. By the way, my name's Kayla, if you're new here.
Oh, yeah. And if you've never been here before, I'm Jerica. We are the hosts of this show where we occasionally talk about video games, books, movies, everything under the nerdy sun and beyond.
Yeah.
And occasionally our worst fears. Well, It's one of my worst fears.
Yeah.
Kayla, we have to discuss, because something happened to both of us this past week, and I'm lost. I have no words.
Lost.
I'm lost. I have no, what am I doing on this planet? That's how traumatizing this has been.
Jerica has PTSD. Let's discuss.
I can set the stage. So set the scene. So I'm leaving work. And I go to my car and
you're very excited because you're going to do something you haven't done in a while.
Yeah, I'm going to see a movie. I went to see The Quiet Place Part 2.
Yeah. Which
was the last movie ticket I bought before the COVID thing happened. And it was the next movie ticket I bought. So it was funny because my old digital movie ticket was still in my wallet app. And I put in the new one. And I was like, why? I already have oh, no, this is from the last time.
We were supposed to go together, remember?
We were supposed to go together because it was on Audrey's birthday, which I thought was pretty cool. We're going to go and have a good time, but that didn't happen. Anyways, I was leaving work to go get Taco Bell and go see The Quiet Place Part 2. What I do, that's like the perfect night. Like, I am so stoked. So I'm just driving in my car, and I do occasionally scratch my head. It's like a nervous thing. Mm-hmm. You'd almost say like a nervous tick. Is that what people say?
Yeah, I guess
right?
That's what people say,
Foreshadowing, okay?
Foreshadowing.
And I'm just driving in my car and I'm scratching the back of my head, which I'm glad I do this now. And I just reach back of my neck, and I feel I'm like, well, that's a big scab. I don't remember that being there. And I'm like, oh, it fell off. And I look in my fingers, it's dark. So I'm in my car and it's sort of dark. I'm like, that's black. That's weird. Is that a bug or is it a piece of fuzz? But I don't know. I'm like, all of a sudden I'm just like, I'm going to put this in the napkin and look at it when I get under some lights, maybe in the Taco Bell line. So I pull up.
You got Taco Bell in the brain.
I have Taco Bell is my focus. So I get under some street lights or whatever, going to Taco Bell. And I'm like, let me look in this napkin to see what that was. Because I'm like, if that was what I think it was, what the hell? This cannot be happening to me. If anyone knows me, my worst fear, I remember in the 3rd grade, for some reason, my teacher asked the kids in the classroom, I guess we're drawing what we're scared of. And I drew a big tick. I wish I had this, but it was in with crayons drawn a big tick. And I'm just afraid of ticks. I've never had a tick in my life. And you know where this story is heading. I open the napkin. It's a tick. It's a little tick. And I'm just so shook. And I already put my order in at Taco Bell, so I'm just in line, and I'm like, I gotta call Audrey. And I'm literally tearing up.
No.
like freaking out, like, what the hell? I'm like, babe, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm like scaring her. She thinks I've been in a wreck or something, and I'm like, I'm okay. I found a tick on me, and I'm just like, what the hell? I've not been in the woods. I haven't taken our dog
purposely
anywhere.
avoid things like this so you won't have ticks.
If there's tall grass or even like medium grass, like Jerica's not walking through it.
Yeah.
You know, I am avoiding that at all costs. And I haven't had the dog in the car or anything, so I don't know where it came from. So there's a tick on me. I call Audrey and I'm like, there's a tick on me. Ah. And I'm like, no one's going to believe this. So I grabbed the tick again and I put it in. Luckily I had a foam cup from a fast food place and I put it in the cup, which still had like a leftover Diet Coke in there.
They're
put
resilient.
the tick in there. Yeah, I put the tick in there, got home, and like, I know at this point I've told Audrey I have the tick, like I had a tick on me, but I really needed to like put this under a bright light and like look at it. So I give her the cup. I'm like, babe, see if it's in there. She pulls out the napkin and it's actually still attached to the napkin and it's drenched. And she puts it on a paper plate and I'm like, babe, what is it? Is it a tick? Was it actually a tick? And she's like, yes.
Yes.
I cannot believe it, but a tick was on you. And it was sucking my blood because it actually hurt. Like I felt the prick. Like it was like that's why I sort of thought it was a scab. You know, scabs hurt when they fall off or you pick at them. And I was like, so it was confirmed I had a tick. I posted it on Twitter. So if you follow me at Jerkachu, Jerkachu. If you follow me on Twitter, I posted the picture of it if you need proof. But I verified indeed I had a tick on me, and I'm 32 and I've never had a tick that I know of on me, and it finally happened.
Wow.
Big moment.
I'm so sorry that you experienced this, but do you want to know what's even crazier, folks?
Here's where I lose all my sense of birds. And
also had a tick on me, and I'm going to be honest with you, like I do activities outside often, but
Kayla's much more outgoing than I am in terms of outdoor activities. So
I was just on vacation, but I was at Disney World. It's not like I was out like traversing in the woods or like anything like that. And I had been back for like 2 days. And like I was also in my car and I was just, you know, like I also scratched my head and like I was just like kind of leaned back. And I had my hands like behind my head like this. And I was like, oh, what is that? And so I felt something and I was like, no, this is not happening. And I swear, Jerica had already told me about her experience. This is probably like 2 days after?
Yeah, 2 days after.
And I was so shocked and flabbergasted as well. I couldn't even take a picture, but I had to I immediately called Jerica. I was like, Jerica, the same thing happened to me. And I told her, and guess where my tick was on the back of my neck. I didn't even know. This is how you know I'm telling you. I didn't know where Jerica's was on her, but mine was also on the back of my neck, like in the exact same spot. Crazy.
Yep. What?
Wow.
I'm I cannot, tell me the odds of the only thing that me and you have in common is the fact that, you know, hey, we like games and we do this podcast together.
Yeah.
And now we can add it to the list. We've had a tick in the same exact spot.
And here's the thing. I've had ticks in my life before. This one was a little, it was kind of attached as well. And then the whole day I just felt like stuff was crawling on me. It's the worst.
Same.
So welcome to our TED Talk.
All the time.
We spent 10 minutes talking about ticks.
Ticks suck. And what's interesting though, and what, you know, I was thinking too that this is it can't be a coincidence, but at the same time, the Washington Post actually published an article saying that ticks are going to be the worst ever they've been this year.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
And so it's just a really bad time for ticks. So if you are outside, I don't know, wear tall socks, protect your legs, check your body. Be really careful because ticks carry deadly diseases.
Yeah.
They really do suck. Literally, didn't mean to do that one. So yeah, and hopefully you have a nervous tick like I do and scratch your head. So that way you're always checking for ticks.
Wow. And that concludes our story. We will move into our actual podcast.
Yes, I'll add this in the show notes. If you don't want to hear about the tick story.
TikTok.
The TikTok.
Wow.
Y'all.
That's what the kids are doing these days, right? But you know, I've heard from some of our fans that listen to us that one of their favorite things is our random conversations that we have.
Well, this is about to be one of the... I still cannot believe this happened to us.
Yeah. It's honest. So I wish that I had, like, photo evidence, but you're just going to have to trust me. Like, I have no reason to lie.
I'm going to name this... The title of this episode is going to be, like, Ticks and E3.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And then they can be left up to interpretation, however it might be. Well, okay, let's move on. Now I feel like Still's crawling on me again.
I know, me too. I'm thinking about it, and I'm just like,
Well, welcome. We've already given our introduction, so I'm just going to go right into our loadout. So we are JK Games, and we talk about games, we talk about movies, books, like Jerica said. But if you want to go ahead and follow us on our other social media just so you can stay updated with all of our things, we'll announce when we're going live. Jerica's got some stuff going on with a different podcast that she might shout out on our Instagram. Our Instagram is at JK Games Podcast, and that is also our Twitter, where Jerica keeps us updated. And you can obviously follow Jerica as well because she's hilarious on Twitter. I never post anything on Twitter ever.
I try to post more on Twitter. I'm still not like the most active Twitter poster, but like I do reshare or retweet a lot of cool stuff.
That's what I was gonna say. I mainly just retweet stuff. I can't tell you the last time I actually tweeted my own thing.
I don't have any unique individual thoughts anymore. Besides, I hate ticks.
The tick took them all from you. It sucked all your creative juices out of your head.
It did. That's what I'm going to use from now on. That's my excuse.
And then we also have our Twitch, which is at JK Games Cast. You can go follow us over on there. We're occasionally going to do live episodes, and I actually have plans to, hopefully, if all goes as planned, play Resident Evil 8 Village. Yes. On live with you guys, and me and Jerica will be like live together, and we'll be like, you'll be able to see my facial reactions. But that's going to be a little bit, because I actually recently had, not anything serious, but I had like a procedure to remove some spots on my face. And so it's funny, Jerica can probably notice, I'm normally a very animated person, which you probably know if you've watched like any
she's
kind
like
of
a statue right now. Like she's, when you're laughing, you're like, it's like you're fake. Like
I look like that lizard. You know the meme I'm talking about, where the lizard's like,
That's it. That's you. You're just like.
So because like the spot is like in the crevice of my nose and then on my eyebrow, so I can't like lift my features. So I'm just like this. And honestly, I'm probably being dramatic. Like I probably could move it around, but like how like when you feel limited. Anyways, it's probably gonna be like a week or so before I actually go live. But you can go ahead and follow us, and you'll get notified when I do actually go live. And as always, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, email us at jkgamespodcast@gmail.com. And don't forget to leave us a review on whatever platform you're listening on. And so we'll go ahead and get started. Today, we're going to be talking about E3 and all that is coming up with that. We are again doing E3 virtual. Do they have a special name for it? Is it just E3 at home or something?
I know that, yeah, you can probably search E3, but I know Jeff Keighley has his Summer Games Fest.
Okay. Is that a part of E3?
It's like all one. I feel like everything, every video game thing this month and probably next month, I'm just saying this is all E3, baby.
And so that's going to be our main topic, is we're going to talk about predictions from what we expect to hear from each developer. And then we're just going to go through the lineup itself. And for anyone who's confused at like what's happening when, I'm a little confused on some of it, so we're going to talk about it together. And then we just have some general news. We have some things to catch up on since we were out last week. We're going to talk about God of War unfortunately getting delayed. We're going to talk about Overwatch news again. We got some things to talk about there, with crossplay now being a thing. And then hot off the press, maybe not for you guys because we're pre-recording, but Battlefield 2042, the first trailer came out today. So we got to see some a cinematic trailer for that, which looks really cool. And then we're going to take it back a little bit. I can't remember exactly when this came out, but Horizon was shown off. That like it had its own showcase.
It did. Lots of gameplay. It was like 15 minutes of gameplay.
I didn't actually get to watch it, so we're going to discuss that as well.
I will first impressions. I got them.
And then, so we're going to go ahead and jump into our easy mode. I want to hear about what Jerica's been playing lately. Jerica?
I haven't been playing too much. I've sort of been, like, I'm playing Mass Effect 2. Like, I'm on Mass Effect 2. Mm-hmm. So I'm slowly playing that, in which I can sort of lean into, like, I'm part of this, like, in the vein of, like, a book club, like, meet and chat about Mass Effect with friend of the show, podcast friend of the show, Respawn Aim Fire, and some of the guys that we play Destiny with. We all chat about Mass Effect every 2 weeks. So I'm having to like slow myself down because like honestly, if I play through all of them super fast, if I don't take like really good notes, it's gonna fade away in my brain.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to like take it slower and not forget some
Well,
things.
That's kind of
that
nice
I've
that you're like,
experienced. Yeah, which is fine because there's other games to play, and I've played Mass Effect tons of times. So I'm slowly pulling back on Mass Effect, and I'm in that lull because all I want to do is play Ratchet and Clank because that comes out today. If you're listening, this will come out on Friday. So Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart will be out now. And Jerica's enjoying it right now. That's what's happening.
You're manifesting that.
Yep. So I'm in a lull because that's what I really want to play. Days Gone was actually one of the games that was free last month, if I'm not mistaken. So I actually downloaded and started playing Days Gone because another one of our friends, one of our close friends, Haley, started playing Days Gone, and I was like, Haley's playing a game that I've never played. What's wrong with me? I need to put everything down and like play, because she's played it and she's saying it's really good. And, despite when it came out, like a year and a half ago, or maybe it feels like so long ago, but when it came out, it was just sort of like, it was definitely overlooked, but it was buggy, had some issues, and like overall like could have been a little bit better. I've experienced a few bugs, hopped into the game though, but I have to say this, I was really blown away with how pretty the game is. Like Days Gone looks phenomenal. Like they did an incredible job like with detail. Like it's on par with like some of the like Horizon and like other, I know Horizon's got a lot of different, maybe that's like a really high note to compare it to, but like because Horizon's got a lot of different ecosystems. This is like you're in the woods and like a lot of areas look the same, but like you're like somewhere in, I don't know where it takes place, but there's like mountains in the distance. It sort of reminds me of like I think it's Oregon, but the trees are like really pretty, and the grass and the whole environment is just like really, besides the zombies, is really cozy. And I like just riding on Deacon's. He's got a motorcycle, so that's how he traverses the world. And I just run over zombies, I shoot them and stuff. And
it sounds very relaxing.
It's a relaxing game, sort of, but it is actually really challenging. I'm playing it on easy, and I wish I could turn it down even easier, and I can't.
Wow.
I've died a lot, but also it's, you know, some of the things could be fine-tuned in terms of like the gunplay. But overall, I'm still like really impressed with how it looks. It's not a bad game. I hope at some point maybe they build on what they did, because it's got some potential. But anywho, if you were able to download Days Gone when it was free, I hope you did, so you can at least try it out.
I added it to my library. So I have it. I just haven't played it yet.
That's what I did too, because I was like, this is free. I never really like thought about it was one of those games that just went under my radar, and I feel like a lot of other things were coming out, and like I was like, I don't need another zombie game. Last of Us is enough. I don't need another Sony first party zombie game. But it's not bad. It's a different type of zombie game, and it's just really fun to ride around on the motorcycle. So
is that all you've been playing, or do you have anything else?
That's all I've been playing. I've literally played that most nights since I've been home. So it's not too bad.
That's awesome. Well, I have, I was gone for 5 days, so most of the time I haven't been playing anything. However, after I had this done, I had some downtime. So what I really want to do is I want to play Resident Evil 8, but I wanted to do like my first impressions live. So I've been kind of waiting on that. And then I also I have Mass Effect Legendary Edition I also have been wanting to get, but I wanted to play something like just light and easy while I was recovering. And so I downloaded Titanfall 2 again. Titanfall 2 is one of my favorite games of all time. And so I started playing it again, and like I don't know why I ever stopped. I love it so much. I love the multiplayer. I also love the story. So this one does have the story mode, and I'm gonna replay the story as well. I forget how long it is, but it's just so good. It's stunning. Like some of my favorite gunplay in any first-person shooter game. So I totally recommend Titanfall 2 if you haven't played it. I think it's pretty cheap to buy. Oh, it's on sale right now until the 10th for $4 on the PlayStation Store.
You can't beat that. $4.
$4. Wow. Okay. That's
if
crazy.
I didn't already have it in my library, I would download it.
Yeah.
I would buy it again.
So $4 right now until the 10th. So you should definitely get it, especially if you enjoy Apex, because, you know, it's the same universe. This is the first time I've went back and played it since I've been an Apex fan and like playing Apex. So it's like, it's really cool to go back now and play it. So I'm going to play the story again, but that's something, since I've played it before, you can always just hop onto the multiplayer and play whenever. So that's something I'm just in the background in my library that I'm going to play every now and then. But then I also realized I totally neglected when I started playing Resident Evil 7, which like captured my attention. I was playing Little Nightmares as well.
Yeah.
So I picked that back up also. I think I'm almost done. I keep thinking I'm almost done, and there's more. And I love to like just explore with the little person. I don't know. I can never tell if it's a little boy or a little girl, but either way. But I explore with them, and I just love it. It's so cute, but also creepy at the same time. But it's a cute creepy, you know. So
cute. It's a cute creepy. It's got its own little flair, and like it almost reminds me
different.
of like, I could be wrong about this because my taste sometimes, and how I compare things. I just compared Days Gone with Horizon. Who knows what Jerica's thinking?
Yes.
It sort of reminds me of like Nightmare Before Christmas, like some of those, like how some characters are designed, like over the top, like big heads, little eyes, and like long arms, like that kind of stuff.
Yes.
So that has always
that's
been
a good comparison.
Art style that I can't quit looking at, but it also like it terrifies me.
Yeah. No, it kind of seems like a claymation type. Like, do you know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Yes.
And then also what's really fun is my best friend and a really big fan of the show, Katie, is actually playing through Last of Us Part 2 for the first time.
Oh, yeah.
I let her borrow my copy, and it's been really fun, like, listening to her commentary. And so, because, you know, like, you remember some of the things, like, I would tell you, and you'd be like, oh, and because you were further than me, that's kind of how I feel now. And so I told her she hasn't listened to our spoiler cast that we did on it. So I told her, like, you have to go listen to our spoiler cast after. Because she's like, she just got to the theater.
Okay. Oh, snap.
She's about to go down.
It's about to go downhill.
So I told her, I said she'll have to keep me updated because it's really fun, like, following along. But that's all I've been playing lately. Hopefully next week I'll be coming to you guys with, like, something new that I'm playing. But right now I'm just kind of revisiting old favorites, essentially. So
nothing wrong with old favorites, like Days Gone, Titanfall 2.
Yeah,
we're just playing some retro games. Kayla,
you played Titanfall 2, right?
I have not. It's a problem. Like, while you were talking about, I was like, what's wrong with me?
It's so cool. It's so good. Okay.
I played the first one a little bit, and I remember there was like Audrey bought Titanfall 2. Like, she bought it digitally, and I have it in one of our libraries. So the
story is so good, and I love the multiplayer. But the story is so good. Okay. So like, it's very. You won't think that it would be as emotional as it is for just like a robot, but like it's very emotional in a good way.
I'm gonna add that to my list. My next video game rut that I'm in.
It's a good like in between, especially like the multiplayer is really good. But like it's a good. I think it's fairly quick actually. I'm gonna look it up and see how long the story is. Hold on, Titanfall 2 story link.
We'll get to it later. Do you think we ever return to Titanfall? Like, is Titanfall 3 ever going to be a thing?
That's actually, so I posted a picture of Titanfall 2 on our Instagram, like saying that I've been playing it. And one of our friends of the show, Hurricane Tron, I think is his username on Instagram, said Titanfall 3 sneak peek at E3. And I was like, I would literally die. That would be so cool. Yeah. I think it's definitely possible. When did Titanfall 2 came out in like 2018, I think?
Yeah, it's 2017, 2018 for sure.
The campaign's only 5 to 7 hours, Jerica.
Whoa, okay, so easy peasy.
Yeah.
What year? I can get that done in one day.
Yeah.
Oh, I play games. I can get it done.
Yeah, let me see. Came out in 2016. Oh.
Okay, a lot longer than we thought.
Yeah,
I feel like it's still like,
Here's my
explains why
list
it's
for things I want to
$4.
see at E3. Okay, I want Titanfall 3 and I want Ape Escape Remaster. Okay.
Both of those, I feel like good chances. I wouldn't bet my life on them, But
and from Nintendo's separate thing, I want a Super Mario Strikers for Switch. Okay.
Okay.
That's my list.
I am pushing them into the universe.
Yes.
Those wants.
Okay. So let's go ahead and move into our news.
Okay, time for news. Normal mode time.
Yeah. Do you want to start with your Horizon? What do you think of the Horizon shown off?
Yes,
stuff that we got?
absolutely. I am literally. I haven't looked at notes on this or watched it in a while, so I'm going based on clearly just my memory of it and in this moment. And I'll go ahead and say this: I'm blown away. Literally, whatever they decide to do with this game next, I'm sold. I was always wondering how are they going to build on what they created with this amazing IP, and I was like, what are they going to do to evolve it? Well, I'll tell you, it's about 15 minutes, and they show off a good bit of what's new with Aloy and what can she do that's new. And this game takes place in California, so Forbidden West, she has gone west in the country, and so there's beautiful beaches, and immediately she goes in the water and she can swim underwater. That's new. In the previous game she could not do that. And you're just blown away by the graphics. It looks so good, and when she goes under the water, it looks like you're I don't know, it's the most beautiful coral reef fish, all of these things, and there's even robot fish, monster things swimming underwater with her. And I was just I was when she went underwater, I was ooh, she can go underwater. This is so pretty. She can swim. So that was pretty cool to see. And she comes out of the water, and she starts, I forget the next segment, but she's just running around and hiding from some enemies. And you see her go into combat, and there's some stealth mechanics that are new. Some melee combat mechanics that are new and looks really addicting in terms of how she fights her enemies. And one of the things I was just that had me going, "Whoa, that was badass," was when there was this move, a super move she did that she initiated, was a cutscene, and she was just with her staff and Bleh. So I hope all those sound effects put into perspective what it looked like. But she has some kind of super move, and that was new and rad. She also took control of a robot, because in the previous game you can take control of certain robots and ride them as mounts around the world, because it is an open world game. So she takes control of this robot that I think it was almost like a velociraptor dinosaur thing. It had feathers. It was sort of cute but also scary, it could also kill me. She took control of that, and you started riding it around, and that looked awesome. And near the end of the demo, she has this big boss fight with this huge mammoth robot. It's huge, it's so big, and she's running around this huge mammoth, and she starts climbing these pillars, and they introduce a grappling hook, so she's got a grapple that's new. She took control, grappled to the other pillar. She jumped over on top of this other pillar, and then she jumped again, and she's got this glider that she can put up, and she glided down and around the mammoth.
Oh, that's
cool. And when she was fighting the mammoth, you're shooting your bows, shoo, shoo, because she's got her bow, pew, pew. That's my sound effects. Pew, pew. I hope everyone's enjoying them. Pew. And as she was attacking the mammoth, because the mammoth has actually these machine guns on its back or on its side, and it's shooting these machines weapons at you. I guess bullets at you. I don't know how guns work. But as you're attacking the mammoth, it drops, one of those machine guns drops off of it, and she runs and picks it up and starts using that against the mammoth.
That's really cool.
That was super. And all the lighting, the gun at one point was purple, and the purple reflection was reflecting off her face. The ray tracing is there, baby. It looks good. All the lighting. I don't know. It looks phenomenal.
PS5
I'm so
game
excited for
sure.
this game.
Looks
it is a cross-play game. It has been confirmed it's coming to PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. So also, I think God of War is in that category. I think both are being developed for PS4 as well. But I look forward to seeing, like, obviously we've already seen with current games that the PS5, they run better on PS5. So regardless, it looks incredible. I don't know how I feel about it coming this year.
I was gonna say, is it still slated to come out for this year?
I can't remember what was actually confirmed or not. I know God of War, I know initially said 2021. Mm-hmm. I don't know if they've given a year for Horizon. It seems like Horizon's going to come before God of War. So my guess, if it was to come out this year, would be in the fall or, November before Christmas time. So
yeah. Speaking of, unfortunately, we also have info now officially that God of War has been delayed until next year. We all kind of knew this was going to happen.
Yes. I was just like, y'all just got us hyped. You just wanted to, like, put this in our face. We know you're working on it, but man, that was a gutsy. I just couldn't believe, like, God of War coming this year. I could not. I was like, there's no way.
Well, Sony Santa Monica did release a statement on Twitter. They said, since the release of the next God of War teaser last year, we've been humbled by the amount of love. Wow, that was last year. That's pretty crazy. We've been humbled by the amount of love our community has shown us. We're incredibly grateful to see so many people excited to experience the next chapter of Kratos and Atreus. Is that how you say that?
Yes.
Journey. We remain focused on delivering a top quality game while maintaining the safety and well-being of our team, creative partners, and families. With this in mind, we have made the decision to shift our release window to 2022. Thank you all for your continued support. We've got some exciting things in the works that we can't wait to show you. So they didn't even say when next year. What are you thinking? Yeah. You think spring next year, or do you think holiday next year?
I think God of War.
Yeah.
Like, God of War. I feel like that could easily be a spring game. If Horizon hits this year, I feel like God of War will be in the spring, like March time.
I think Horizon probably will be holiday.
Yeah, if Horizon comes out this year, God of War will come out. And my next prediction on it... Oh, hey, I'll hold on to my predictions for a second.
Okay.
Because Sony's fall game, I have a prediction.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, that is all for those two things.
Sony's fall game for next year. Let me clarify.
Okay. So next up, we have some news about Overwatch. We have some crossplay announcements, which I think just launched today. Yeah. So Overwatch, or it didn't launch today. I'm sorry. The article was, I don't know if it launched today. I'll have to read further. But this is from Polygon. Overwatch is getting crossplay. Battle.net update will enable play between PC, PlayStation, Switch, and Xbox. So I know a lot of people actually play on Switch, so it's every console can play together. Blizzard Entertainment is bringing cross-platform play to Overwatch, a long-requested update that will enable multiplayer between Switch, PS4. Interesting, it says PS4 specifically. Maybe that's just the way they written that, because surely it would be PS5 as well, right?
For sure.
Anyways, is powered by the latest update to Battle.net. Blizzard's online multiplayer infrastructure, the game developer said Wednesday. Overwatch is also playable via backwards compatibility on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. Those players will also be welcomed into the Heroes New Shooter crossplay feature. Okay. I'm trying to see if there's a date. Okay, so Blizzard also said that cross-play support for Overwatch will not mean cross-progression. Your level and cosmetics won't carry over between platforms. And does that mean...
I guess it's just cross-play, where I could play with other people on other consoles, but I can't...
I can't play my account on another console, and that makes sense. Mm-hmm. So crossplay will be available in all Overwatch game modes, but Blizzard is limiting how crossplay works in the game's competitive mode, which makes sense.
Okay.
Because it's a big sport, like esports game. Overwatch is.
Yeah, I don't need anybody with their clickety-clack keyboards and their mice trying to snipe me with my controller. You know that you have an advantage.
With my aim assist, yeah.
Whatever.
Players on console will be matched with each other, while PC players will only be matched with other PC players when playing competitive mode. Overwatch players will be able to opt out of crossplay, but they will only be matched with but they'll only be matched with other players who have opted out, decreasing the pool of available matches. Okay. Overwatch's crossplay beta will launch, air quotes, soon, Blizzard said, on Nintendo Switch, PlayStation, Windows, PC, Xbox. Game director Aaron Keller offered additional details on crossplay in a developer update video Wednesday, which is today, which you can watch. I think I watched part of that on YouTube, but it was kind of long, so I didn't finish it. Okay, so that's all. So that's pretty cool. I think people have been asking for that. I think people are more wanting to know more about a date for their sequel game that's coming out, or their continuation game. But at least we got some, I think that people will enjoy doing that. I get to play with my brother now, which is cool because he has an Xbox.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he loves Overwatch, so that'll be fun to play with him. Okay, well, we only have one more thing left, Jerica, unless you have anything that we missed in our news. But hot off the press at this time, Battlefield 2042 is coming out. The new Battlefield game.
It's coming. Woo!
Are you a Battlefield fan, Jerica?
Yeah, I haven't played it in probably a few years. I wouldn't say I'm like not a fan. I just never think to play it. Like I remember playing it and I liked it.
It was also a free game. For I don't remember what month or how recently, but the is it Battlefield 5, I think, is the most recent one.
Maybe. I know all the Battlefields have a huge player base,
yes.
And one of the things that a lot of people love about Battlefield is it's a little bit more realistic in terms of like how it plays,
yes,
than Call of Duty, and also like I know the player count is like huge. Like you can have so many things going on each map.
Yeah, I played the most. Hunter really liked the last one. And so I played it as well, and I did enjoy it. It is difficult though, because like you said, it is more realistic. So I'm just going to read a few things about this game. There's a full trailer out that you can watch. It looks great. But I'm reading from EA's website, and it also says we're going to probably talk about this in our lineup of E3, but it says watch Battlefield 2042 gameplay world premiere on June 13th, it's June 12th and 13th that E3 things are happening, right? I believe. No.
We'll have to look at our schedule. I feel like
we'll look at the schedule.
I literally have to look at that article to see when things are happening.
So a world transformed by disorder. The next generation of All Out Warfare is coming October 22nd of this year. So that game's supposed to come out on that day. So that's pretty cool, pretty soon. So welcome to 2042. Battlefield's changing before your eyes. A cutting-edge arsenal at your disposal. The grand return of All Out Warfare. Adapt and overcome in massive scale 128 player battles. Wow. Where dynamic storms, environmental hazards, total combat freedom, and Battlefield's signature destruction spark a new breed of only in Battlefield moments. That was kind of weird wording. But it looks pretty interesting. I'll probably play it. It seems like something I would like. That is all that I have, though. It looks like we're going to see more of it upcoming soon, so you'll actually get to see gameplay soon. But that wraps up our news, unless you had anything else to add, Jerica.
No. I've tried to go back to see if there was anything we missed. And I don't think we missed anything big.
Well, that's why we say the game news we care about. I'm sure there was more.
There we go. That's it. That was the loophole I made for us.
For our intro, yeah.
Catch everything.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get into the nitty-gritty, our expert mode.
Let's go.
Let's talk about it, Jerica. Jerica had this idea, and I think it's great. We can break down like what this E3 is really going to look like. Let's get to the meat and potatoes, Let's get into it.
Because like E3 has, even last year was it was the first E3 that we had, that everyone that puts it on had to sort of figure out, and the game companies had to figure out like, how do we do this virtually with no one meeting? So I think everyone last year learned what worked best. So I'm excited to see. But with that being said, there's all types of events happening on different days, spreading all month for the most part. So that's why I'm just like, you could tell me like, oh yeah, I know Ubisoft's gonna have some kind of live event, but I do not know what day it is.
So the article that we have is from PC Gamer, and this is kind of what we're going to go off of here. So this is saying, E3 2021 is almost here. Just like in 2020, there's no physical convention this year, which means a free-for-all of press conferences and live streams taking place throughout June and July. But the big names like Nintendo, Ubisoft, and Microsoft, as well as our own PC gaming show, are mostly concentrating in an official E3 period this year, starting June 12th. So here's the schedule of every event happening this year for E3 2021. So I think the best thing that we can do is like, we're going to talk through the schedule, and do you maybe want to pause and like be like, what do we think that they're going to bring to the table this year?
Yeah, let's do it.
If we have anything. So let's see. So live streams are running from June 12th to June 15th. Just like last year, publishers have decided to host their own events whenever they see fit. The first big E3 stream this year is Summer Games Fest, kickoff live on June 10th. And that's actually tomorrow or yesterday when you're listening to this. And that's going to be a busy few days after that. So here's every summer gaming event announced so far. So let me see. Do you have the actual schedule pulled up? Do you want to start?
Yes. So
okay.
I'll go through. The first thing to kick it off is going to be the Summer Game Fest. That's Jeff Keighley's thing. Really excited for that. He kicks it off Thursday, June 10th, 11 a.m. Pacific. So that looks pretty. It's earlier in the day, right? 11 for us. 11, 12, 1. That's 1 p.m.
Yeah.
On Thursday. Tomorrow. But yesterday, if you're listening to the show. And I'm really excited. I don't know what to expect from Jeff Keighley's Summer Game Fest. I'm sure there's going to be some big announcements because obviously he does the Video Game Awards every year.
Mm-hmm.
So, he has some surprises up his sleeve and he's got some connections. I know one of his best friends is Hideo Kojima. So it'd be really cool to maybe get a sneak peek. Yeah, let's Kojima. Let's hear about what Kojima is working on next.
Didn't he tweet something saying he was at work?
Yeah, he's working on something, Kayla. He is actively working on his next project.
Ooh, teaser?
He's at work, baby. Huh?
Maybe a teaser?
Yeah. I just know they're friends, and it'd be really cool. I predict that we get, at some point in this E3, I predict, but mainly during the Summer Game Fest, that we get some kind of news from Hideo Kojima and what he's working on.
Yeah. And then next we have IGN, which is going to be on the 11th, the following day. So the only thing happening on the 10th is the Summer Games Fest.
Oh, hey, I actually want to add a prediction to Summer Game Fest.
Okay.
I feel like Nintendo might use this event as a way to just introduce or at least touch on the fact that they have a new console coming out and it's the Switch Pro. I bet this could be a
in the
place
very
where that gets
beginning,
announced. Yeah, possibly. It's a possibility.
Okay. Okay.
Throw that out there.
So that's the only thing happening on the 10th, which would already have happened by the time you're listening to this. So on the day you're listening to this, IGN is hosting their own thing at 1 p.m. Pacific time on Friday the 11th. And then Gorilla, which is Horizon, right?
No, not to be confused. I did the same thing, so don't worry. Guerrilla Collective, I was actually trying to pull up
it's not Guerrilla Games,
description.
It's Guerrilla Collective.
It's confusing. No, when I saw that too, I thought the same thing. I was like, ooh, nice. The Guerrilla Collective is a digital games festival to reveal fresh announcement, trailers, gameplay, and more, bringing together some of the hottest developers and publishers around the world. So there's like another mini just showcase of games. Okay. So who knows what could be announced.
That definitely threw me off because I know that they are doing something in this. So I was like, oh.
Correct. You are right. Guerrilla does do those games, but this isn't their event.
Yeah.
At first time I saw it, I've never heard of the Guerrilla Collective until like last year, and I was like, oh, that's not Guerrilla Games. Okay. And next, after Guerrilla Collective, there's Ubisoft. So Saturday, June 12th, 12 p.m. Pacific. And of course, they're gonna have Far Cry 6 there. That's gonna be I feel like a big thing for them to show off some more of here.
Have we seen actual gameplay of that?
We have. We've seen some gameplay. I'm sure they'll probably show us some new things that we haven't. Obviously, some maybe new mechanics or something in the world that we haven't seen yet. So I look forward to seeing that. And I'm trying to think like what else from Ubisoft could we get? Maybe a new. I don't think a new Assassin's Creed is coming this year. I think they're going to keep adding to Valhalla. So maybe
an update for Valhalla?
An update to Valhalla, some DLC that's coming that they could showcase. I would love to see and hear more about Beyond Good and Evil 2. That was announced, or the trailer at least was debuted like in 2018. So it's been so long ago. Like, is that still a real game? I don't know. Am I missing something from Ubisoft that maybe I didn't think of?
I don't think so.
I was gonna see like what other people are thinking that's probably slipped my mind. Let's see.
I don't see
Far Cry
anything.
6. They also do like Rainbow Six.
Ooh, maybe there's another one of those coming. I think those come pretty often, right?
I think there is like some rumblings of a new Rainbow Six game, so we may get that revealed also at the Ubisoft event. There's probably gonna be a new Just Dance game.
Yeah, I mean, let's be real.
But yeah, that's all I can predict from Ubisoft.
I have some predictions for Devolver.
Okay, let's go.
I think that they're gonna be. Do you think they might do another Fall Guys, or like some kind of DLC with Fall Guys? Some kind of like extension.
That'd be nice to see.
I don't know. It did really well, but it only came out last year, right? Or 2019.
And like, also too, like I keep forgetting that they're sort of owned by Epic Games now. Mm-hmm. Mediatonic, like that's the developer, got bought by.
Oh, yeah, they did buy Fall Guys.
Epic Games. Yeah.
Okay.
So who knows? I mean, that's still a possibility because, like,
it only came out last February, though. So maybe they'll just do some kind of like, I don't know. I just feel like
I know Devolver also has like their weird, like, they always have those weird showcases where there's like a really dark storyline tied to all their new game announcements. So
it'll be entertaining.
I love watching their
is.
stream. Yeah.
I think that's all. I don't know. I tried to look up if there's any known things coming from them. I didn't really see anything.
They're the games that come from Devolver, like, I wouldn't say like AAA, but not a single A game.
Yeah.
Usually like some smaller games that come from their conferences that are pretty cool.
Next we've got, this is all Saturday still, so lots happening Saturday, it seems like. We got Gearbox, Saturday at 2 p.m. Pacific. What does Gearbox make, Jerica?
So Gearbox is the publisher behind, developer behind Borderlands.
Ah, okay.
So potentially, maybe more Borderlands information. That'd be pretty cool. They may have some other project up their sleeve, but I really haven't heard. I haven't really dug into what else they're working on.
They also did an Aliens game. So are they part of the new Aliens game that's coming out? Let's see. Coming soon, Gearbox. You can probably hear me loudly typing. Wonderlands reveal for later this week. Gearbox teases Wonderlands reveal for later this week. Summer Games Fest has confirmed that a new adventure from Gearbox in 2K will be revealed during their show on Thursday, June 10th. So wow, that's kind of weird.
Apparently it's speculated to be a Tiny Tina centered spinoff. So Tiny Tina is a character from Borderlands. So that'd be really cool. That'd be cool. I would dig it.
Okay.
So
that's what it looks like happening there. And then next we have a heavy hitter, Sunday, June 13th, Xbox and Bethesda at 10 a.m.
That one is just like, I have no idea for sure because that's the newest thing ever. Because, you know, Microsoft bought Bethesda last year for like a whopping $8 million, something crazy.
So this is the first time they'll be like coming together
on the stage. So I mean, you know, Bethesda's working on their new space, sci-fi, science fiction. I don't know why I just said sci-fi and then said science fiction, but their new RPG, Starfield. Mm-hmm. So is this going to be the Mass Effect killer? Is this going to be a Mass Effect, you know, new game in the vein of Mass Effect from Bethesda? So I'm really curious to see like what gameplay comes from this if they show off the game, because we've only had like a very short teaser that showed really nothing about the world. We just know it's spacey. Mm-hmm. So I'm so excited to see what they're working on with this new game. And I don't know, like Xbox, what else are they ready to show? Are we going to see
Halo?
Hellblade?
Halo
yes.
Infinite?
How can I forget about Halo? Yeah, I hope, and I'm really hoping. I may have said this before. The Halo Infinite trailer or the showcase that they had previously that got hated on so hard.
Yeah.
I hope they have a redemption trailer.
I do too.
I hope whatever they're able to show off is pretty kick ass and blows my skirt up.
Okay.
Because I'm ready to get an
Yeah.
Xbox. I just gotta have a game to play on it.
We don't have a date still, right? So maybe they give us a date or a time frame.
I can't remember if they've put it like an actual date, but I think it's slated for this year. I think their goal is this year because it's supposed to be out last year, so it has to come this year.
Then also
Hellblade. Don't
Yes.
forget about Hellblade.
You're very excited about that one, right?
Yes, I am. I love Senua. She's great.
The second one is it supposed to come out this year?
No, I added it. If you've listened to our fantasy league picks, I don't know why I went all in and said, yeah, that one's coming this year. I don't think that's coming this year. I don't think they're as far in development as I thought they were. They were just in the beginnings. So, but I'm sure we see some gameplay or maybe like a new trailer for it.
I would like that. I still need to play the first one based off your recommendation. I think I would really like it.
It's good. It's really good.
Then it is confirmed, I think, for sure that Psychonauts 2 will have a showcase as well.
Makes sense.
Within that, 3D platformer playing the sequel to 2005 Psychonauts.
Yeah, Psychonauts is awesome. I obviously haven't played it since it's been out. Like, it's been years. But I will be picking that up when it comes out. I can't wait to play it.
And then there's also, it's expected that Forza Horizon 5 will be revealed at the show alongside a 2021 launch date. Is what is presumed from this article that I'm reading. And then potentially a new trailer for Flight Simulator for consoles.
Okay, cool.
Also,
I'm sold. I love Flight
proving
Simulator. It's great.
Okay, no, so that is what I've read just from this little, like, I'm reading other people's predictions.
I'm trying to think of, like, what would be the big surprise from Xbox and Bethesda. And I think besides Halo Infinite being, like, they got to push a game this year that's got to push consoles during holiday. They didn't really have one last year. And they haven't had one in years. So, like, it's got to be Halo Infinite. It's got to be sold in a big way. But I also see, like, Starfield being, like, Bethesda's, like, this is the next big game you're going to want for Xbox, and here's why. And I think that's going to be... I would expect them to have a big showcase with Starfield. I don't think we hear about Elder Scrolls yet. I think that's still, like, literally we have not heard anything about Starfield, and it's next in their lineup. So I think Halo Infinite and Starfield are going to be the two showcased games. And then next we have Square Enix, which is Sunday, June 13th at 12:15 Pacific time. What do you think about Square Enix, Jerica? They got to be talking about their next Final Fantasy game. I don't know how tied into, like, would this be something that's shown off at the PlayStation conference when that gets announced? We don't know when that's happening. I assume they're going to do a big sort of like E3 style, like, show off of games like they did last year. But Square Enix, like, I don't know what they'll show off this year. I hope they have something to say about the next Resident Evil. Why did I say Resident Evil? Final Fantasy VII remake. We probably won't see it. I'm not trying to get my hopes up, but I'm ready for part 2. Final Fantasy VII.
Don't they do Life is Strange?
Ooh,
they might be showing.
You're probably right. They're
the new True Colors
of that.
Yes.
You're right. Let me see. Let's see what the word is on this street.
I think Life is Strange True Colors does have a date.
It does. It comes out this year, later, like October or September.
So maybe we'll see something else with that.
That's a good prediction. That's a solid prediction for sure.
So you can pre-order it right now, but does it give me a date? Question mark. I thought we had a date. Hold on.
I thought we did too.
Life is Strange, True Colors.
Which I definitely expect to see some of that here.
September 10th.
I'm glad you brought that up. September 10th.
Yes.
I'm also reading on, there's an article from CNET, like what to expect from this event. Obviously, this is all rumors. But Square Enix has promised to unveil a new game developed by Eidos Montreal, the studio behind Shadow of the Tomb Raider and Deus Ex. So there is a new game being made by that studio. So that'd be pretty cool to see what that's about. Also, it has been rumored that Square Enix would show a Guardians of the Galaxy game at E3.
Oh.
So this could be that, possibly. Especially since that studio helped develop Marvel's Avengers. I forgot about Avengers being published by Square Enix too. Which this article saying, like, we'll probably be seeing more Avengers, particularly Black Panther War for Wakanda DLC. So I never played. I know you or Hunter tried.
So Hunter played the beta version, and it did not look good to me. And it wasn't just
apparently
the beta;
it's got some upgrades since then, and they've done some quality of life adjustments to it. So maybe that's one of those games that I pick up when it's on sale.
Yeah,
need to check.
I
want to try it.
Yeah, I don't want to judge the full version because I don't know. Yeah, but just from watching him play the beta, I was like, "Ooh, yikes!"
It was a
betas are betas for a reason. So I mean,
yeah, I still think it had a rough it had a rough time.
This upcoming Back for Blood, is this a game or is this a publisher?
That is a game.
Yes, so I just looked it up.
It's I think it's in
Warner
I can't remember if
Brothers.
it's like, but I feel like there's some kind of like behind, like the developers or whoever's been working on it is the same people or idea concept from Left 4 Dead.
Okay.
Remember that game, Left 4 Dead?
Yes, I love Left 4 Dead.
So yeah, this is what next new thing. Back for Blood.
I looked it up. It says Warner Brothers are showing off Back for Blood for E3. This is a weird article. I don't know. This article's not... I don't know what's going on with this article. Anyways, so it's the sequel to Left 4... It's like a continuation of Left 4 Dead, or is it just similar to Left 4 Dead?
I think it's a similar thing.
Okay.
There's something going on where that's similar.
It looks interesting. So I don't really have anything else to say about that. What's next on here? I lost my train of thought on this. Okay. PC Gaming Show on Sunday, June 13th at 2:30 p.m.
I have no idea. I never watched that.
I haven't either.
So who knows? Could
Not
be
sure.
anything here, Kayla. Could be anything there.
And then we have, following not long after, the Future Games Show, Sunday, June 13th, 4 p.m. Pacific Time.
Also one of those events where I don't know.
And then we have Take-Two. Who is Take-Two, Jerica? Do you know? This is Monday, June 14th.
Is it... I'm trying to look this up if it's what I'm like, Take-Two Interactive.
It doesn't say that. All it says is Take-Two.
Interesting. I didn't realize that this... Because, like, Take-Two Interactive is the publisher that has, like, Rockstar, 2K...
Oh.
Like, under their umbrella.
Isn't there...
I don't know how
new
some
GTA?
game companies take...
Question mark.
Maybe?
Didn't we get announced some kind of, like, DLC kind of situation? Not a whole new game, but, like, a... I think it got announced that there's some sort of DLC situation.
There's an update coming to Grand Theft Auto.
Yes.
It's like the PS5 update, I believe.
Okay. Well, I don't know if they'll spend, like the whole...
When is it again?
June 14th at 10 a.m. 10:15 a.m. Pacific time.
I'm trying to get the specifics of this event.
Maybe it's just a surprise,
We don't know what we're talking about.
Yes, we do.
We do.
We know what we're talking about the things we know,
Yes, we do. So it's time for some new details about Grand Theft Auto. I want to know about the next new Grand Theft Auto game.
Yeah.
The rumors are out there.
It's a
I'm ready to
big
see
hit.
where they take the next big game. I loved riding around in Grand Theft Auto. I'm not going to lie. It's one of the best free roaming games.
I have to be in the mood.
I just like to take and find a vehicle or a four-wheeler and just
Throw
drive
somebody around.
Yeah, it's great.
And then next we have Capcom, Monday, June 14th at 2:30 Pacific time. What do you think is going to come out of this, Jerica?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
I'm not too familiar. I know like Monster Hunter is a Capcom thing, so maybe like something with Monster Hunter.
I think
something with Monster Hunter.
Wait,
for
Capcom
sure.
does Resident Evil too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but we just got a new Resident Evil, so it's not
Yeah,
that.
I
Unless
don't
they're
think- I
doing some
think
sort of
we're
DLC with that.
Oh, that'd be cool. I'd love to get some kind of DLC for Village. That'd be awesome.
There has to be. They do Devil May Cry.
Okay.
They do Street Fighter.
Okay.
I don't know anything other than that. So I don't know. Still curious. I'll watch it. You know, it'll be on. What's next? Where am I? We're getting towards the end here.
Let's see.
Hello, my thing is being very
Nintendo.
Nintendo.
Nintendo is going to be Tuesday, June 15th at 9 a.m. Pacific, and I'm excited for this. I feel like finally if it hasn't happened sooner, we'll definitely hear about the new Switch Pro that's going to be coming out hopefully this year, alongside Breath of the Wild 2, which is my prediction. And if that happens, Kayla, you know what happens? If that happens this year, Horizon's not going to come out this year.
You think so?
Predict that Horizon will run away at the release date of Breath of the Wild 2. If that were to come out this year,
so I just
Horizon
realized
Zero Dawn would get moved away from that.
Yeah.
Because
That's
the reason I say that, if you don't know, like it came out, those two games came out like within days, if not the same day. And I feel like Horizon just like it was an incredible game. It could have had so much more reach if Breath of the Wild was not out on the same day.
So I just realized that we have not realized this whole time that if you scroll down past the schedule, we're on PCGamer.com. It talks about what they think they think is going to happen.
Well, dang.
And it says for Capcom, they said we could probably expect to hear about any of Capcom's upcoming and ongoing Monster Hunter games during their show, and perhaps talk of Resident Evil Village DLC. So exactly what we said.
And hey, Take Two. I got real country with that
Take
one.
Two.
Take Two can always be expected to talk about their upcoming sports games. Rockstar is their huge name, who will likely be talking about future Red Dead Redemption 2 Online and GTA Online updates. And always hope for the official mention of GTA 6.
And then next we have Razer keynote at 3 p.m. Pacific time. Razer will be revealing some new products during their keynote event on Monday, hosting Razer Store Live afterwards with a closer look. Nintendo Direct, like we just said. They didn't really say anything about that except what we already talked about. And then Bandai Namco is the last one.
Yeah. And it seems like everybody's like, will we see Elden Ring? Will Elden Ring be there? You know, our friend
I love
group listening to our Kyle specifically. About, and Oliver, they like talking about that game that I think's coming out. That isn't really a game. I don't think so.
Yeah, well, the world may never know. Well, I think that wraps up the timeline, right? And obviously, there's other things going to be sprinkled here and there.
Yeah, we don't know what PlayStation's doing yet, so that's obviously the event I'm looking forward to. But like, we're still in that weird time where we know Horizon is coming, we know God of War is coming. But here's my prediction, Kayla.
I think I might know where you're going with this.
If Horizon is coming out this year, I got a couple of predictions. If Horizon does come out this year, God of War in the spring of next year, I think we see Spider-Man 2 in the pipeline sooner than later. And I'd love to see how I like to see how that story is going to be told, because I know Miles Morales is going to be a big part of it, and I loved Miles. Mm-hmm. And it would be really cool to see a new character thrown into the mix. And, you know, I don't know too much about comic books or where the story would go, or if it's even possible if Spider-Gwen could ever be in it. I have no idea. Could that happen? Yeah,
because it could be a similar situation into the multiverse movie.
Yeah,
but
that's like my dream. I want to see that as like a big surprise. If that's not mentioned, it'd be crazy, and I still think it's crazy that we got God of War and Horizon in the same. Like, that was one event where we got those announced. And Miles Morales. Like, within a year, we got all those things announced. But what if? I think they're big, like, last thing. Sorry, I'm getting an itch in my throat. I may have to cut this. That ruined the mood.
Oh, no. Are you okay?
My tonsil. Something's in my tonsil. Okay,
Are you alive?
I grabbed some water out of the faucet.
Like an animal?
Like an wait.
Now
Okay.
I'm just hanging in suspense over here.
Okay. I'm back. I had this dry little spot in my throat that was really getting to me, and I'm trying not to activate it again, so I'm going to stay really calm.
Yes, you
My
got
last
this
prediction
calm,
for
cool,
PlayStation
collected.
would be the announcement of Naughty Dog's new IP, new game. We get a trailer, a little introduction,
Ooh.
and maybe a title, but that's all we get.
Okay. That's exciting. What if might be a little far-fetched, but what if, I don't even know if they would do this at this, I don't even know if this is the place for this, but what if they talked about the show a little bit? The Last of Us TV show.
You are so right. And
What
I
if they
totally
do?
forgot about. Oh my god, yes. I think that could definitely be shown off at one of these events.
Or maybe we get like a little tease or like a date, not even a date, maybe like a year, like coming soon. Oh no.
I'm okay.
That's how excited you are.
That's how excited
wrapping up.
I've been talking so much. My throat is so
wouldn't that
dry.
be cool? Like, what if they did something like that? I don't know if they would.
I could see it. And like, I know it's like an HBO thing, but like, it's PlayStation's stuff.
Yeah.
So like, why not? They have to do some kind of tease for it soon.
Or maybe, I don't know, maybe HBO would want to have their own like little like thing for it. So I don't know.
I don't know, and it could be something that's gonna be. They could wait. Like, I'd love for them to do that here. Like, I would think that would be a cool way to introduce, I guess, PlayStation coming to the big screen in some way. But they also could show or wait to show it at There's a smaller Comic-Con happening, right? It's like during Thanksgiving weekend now, which is really weird. I think it got moved. San Diego Comic-Con's not happening this summer, I think.
I don't think so. But you know what is happening is Dragon Con, which is exciting.
That'd be cool.
No, they wouldn't
That's
do it. They
happening.
wouldn't do it there.
They wouldn't do that. But I was just
Dragon
like,
Con's
well,
a
I
lot
mean,
smaller.
if there's no other big
No,
convention, why not?
I did just mention that is cool that it's happening. I believe they haven't come out with details about like how they're limiting it or anything like that. So it may be a situation where it's really small. But yeah, that's a good point. They could do it at some sort of convention like that. But I think it would be smart for them to do it at a gaming convention, at a gaming showcase, just because that's where I feel like a lot of their audience is going to come from. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but
Same.
honestly, there's
I
no
agree.
telling. That was kind of
Let's
a wild
go.
card.
I hope it happens.
But I think that
I can't wait to see
concludes-
that. Like, I cannot wait to see a trailer.
Yes. Maybe
And
not
see
even a
what you-
trailer, maybe like a super small tease, like some kind of
Yeah.
like something, like coming to the big screen. I don't know.
Or like, you know, snippets of the characters running through, like, and running from zombies. I don't know.
Yeah. Some sort of, maybe like they give a actor reveal or something, like some kind of like some sort of character reveal of some kind. I don't know.
Let's go.
But do
I
you
got
have
so
anything else
hyped,
to
I
wrap
got
up?
choked up.
Next week we'll be talking all about it.
Yes, and I'll bring a glass of water up here. I'm still sort of struggling. My throat's so dry.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. That's why I should bring a big glass of water up here, not green tea in a bottle. I didn't have much up here at all.
You did this to yourself.
So if you're listening, I'm sorry. My voice is like quitting on me.
It's okay.
It's quitting. It's the white flag is slowly. You can hear it coming out.
Well, thank you for being on. I hope it's not the tick.
Great.
I'm sorry, Jerica.
I probably have Lyme disease.
No, you don't. You said it was
hope
really
not.
little too. It would have had to.
It was little. The
It
tick
would have
was
had to hang
small.
out there for a while, Jerica.
And I honestly, like, when I squished it with the rock, I didn't see any blood, so
So you're safe.
hopefully I'm good.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for listening. We're so glad to be back. We'll see you next time.
See you next time. Can't wait to talk about Ratchet and Clank.
Yes. There's gonna be so much to talk about next week. Bye.
Oh.